Yes, so we were talking about migration with our three very distinguished guests that I will introduce to you in a second. Yes, here I have my sheet. On the far left is Arlen introduced is Lola. Do I pronounce your name well? Shoneyin?
That's perfect.
It's perfect? Absolutely perfect. Yes. Nailed it. Okay. Lola is a very famous author. Yes, you are. You wrote a bestseller, right? A bestseller that has been turned into a play. And the name is Secret Lives of the Seven Wives of Vamba.
The Secret Lives of Vamba Wives.
Oh, but he had 7 wives, right?
But he wasn't that lucky.
He wasn't that lucky, okay. Then next to Lola is Vamba Sherif. Maybe many of you know him. He's an author who lives here in the Netherlands, and he's originally from Liberia. He's written many books. One of them is Bound to Secrecy, The Black Napoleon, and The Land of the Fathers. And you've also written for many Dutch media outlets. One of them is Vamba. Yes. Indeed. And next to Vamba is Mutasa, and he's president of Zimbabwe Congress of Trade Unions. You're a union leader, and you have a very interesting story yourself. We'll get to that in a second, but I'd like to start with the lady on the panel, with Lola. Lola, if you think about the word migration, what do you see? What do you think?
Thank you very much, and thank you to everyone who's here, and I'd also like to thank those, as we were driving here in the taxi, who organized that wonderful guard of honor as we were coming in. No incredible cultural event is complete without them. So, in their own way, they're quite welcome. I've been really fascinated by some of the stuff that's been said here today, and the main reason is that I live in Africa. I live on the African continent, so I'm constantly thinking, how it makes sense to me as an individual. I'm Nigerian, but I'm also a British citizen. However, I have chosen to live on the African continent and to work there and to support development. And I also admit wholeheartedly that might just be as a result of my own privilege, given my background and whatever opportunities that my parents were able to create for me. But this is not to say that I don't see the other side, and I don't see the desperation of some of my people who are going to incredible lengths to make it to Europe simply because they have dreams, they have aspirations, they want to be educated, they see this lifestyle that's totally desirable, the freedoms that exist in the West, which a lot of people don't enjoy back home. And of course, yes, there's economic empowerment as well. And it's always strange to me when I hear or observe the hostility towards especially African migrants, coming to Europe. Because I've never believed that, I've always believed that there was never anything more natural to human beings than movement. It's you for instance mentioned the shell workers, for instance, back in Nigeria. Yes, this is the case. We have hordes of people from the West living in Nigeria. We welcome them. We treat them as in fact, I think we treat them much better sometimes than even our own people.
All the time.
Yeah. But of course, this is about colonialism as well, isn't it? And our attitudes and how sometimes there's a way that people can almost become comfortable with a certain level of oppression. expression, even when it's happening, on your own turf. I use the word comfortable very carefully, but I mean it can be normalized. So there is a sense of anger, that I feel just as an individual. I think that there are lots of misconceptions as somebody who lives and works in Africa. I think that part of the hostility comes from the way Africa itself is conceived, and it's a Western construct. They don't talk about the incredible stories. They don't talk about the magical things that, Africans are doing on the African continent. There is an absolute focus on the negative stories, of which, yes, there are quite a few, as you will find in a lot of, areas where there's a lot of change and friction, and the friction between modernity and the traditional. There's nothing new about this.
But do you think that this focus on negativity is even on the continent itself, where the positive things are always shown from the outside, or towards the outside, so that people might not even realize what they could have?
Sometimes there is that situation where, you begin to believe the rhetoric, you begin to believe what you're told. And of course, when you have states in Nigeria, for instance, like Zamfara State, where only 5% of the girls between 5 years old and 16 are literate. 5%. I mean, what opportunities do they have in terms of even being aware of what is good about them? So I can't talk about immigration as somebody who lives on the African continent without talking about the African leaders. Because I think that they deny sometimes the African citizens of their humanity. I think that the corruption is also, it endangers lives. And I think if people felt that they had a better sense of peace within their own communities, within their own countries, perhaps there wouldn't be, as much movement, which only leads to, a certain level of humiliation, which is unacceptable.
Yeah, part of the story that's not told is actually that a lot of the movement of Africans is within the continent. It's not, there's just a trickle that comes towards Europe.
This is the trick. Africa, in Ghana, there's a lot of kind of internal.
But you have led the migrant life for a while. You studied in Britain and you lived there. What made you decide to go back to Nigeria?
Well, this is why I mentioned my upbringing. I actually first went to the UK when I was 6 years old, and I went to boarding school. So my father was quite a successful engineer, and he was also a Scottish Freemason. In his head, it was important for us to have some relationship with Scotland. I know it's very strange, but that's just the story. So I did go there, and I did live there, and I came back when I was 11 years old, and I went back with my husband, who's a British citizen and who's half English. Yes, I lived there for a while, and I worked there. But both of us had this feeling that our skills weren't needed in the West, and that it was more important for us to go back to Nigeria, and my husband's always been an activist, a political activist, so it was important for him as well to go back. So about speaking truth to power, about insisting on good governance, and about fighting for those who don't have a voice. That's what made me go back. I've never looked back.
Right. And as an author and as you're director of the literature for Afrikadag in Lagos, you said in an interview this week in a Dutch newspaper that you think that migration is a beautiful topic for young writers. Why did you say that, and how would that be a big sort of inspiration?
Well, I think because all stories are valid. I think you have, my book, for instance, my novel is set in Nigeria, but it doesn't make it any less African than the story of perhaps somebody of African origins who lives in the West or in any other part of the world. That experience and that journey in itself is critical. It's critical for them to be able to talk about who they are and their story, but it's also important for other people, because perhaps after reading such a piece, people will be just that little bit more tolerant and have a deeper understanding of the lives of others.
Okay, thank you. Vamba, you've been migrant almost all your life, I think. I mean, you were born in Nigeria, then you lived in Kuwait for a long time.
Yes.
Then the Gulf War started, you went to leave Kuwait, and then you came here. I think maybe to some other places.
Yeah, Syria, Jordan, Syria.
Yes.
And then the Netherlands, yes.
So, do you consider yourself a migrant?
Yes, I am. To answer your question, I think my whole life has been a journey, like other lives, but mine has been particular in the sense that I've been moving, to places all my life. I left Liberia when I was maybe 10 years old, and went and lived among the Arabs. I spoke Arabic fluently. I went to secondary school in Kuwait and left because of the Gulf War, the first Gulf War, and went to Jordan, stayed there for half a year, and then Syria for almost 2 years. So I think I am a migrant, and there is no guarantee that my life is here or will end here. Something might happen that might, move me to decide to move to someplace else. So I am still a migrant, yes.
How did that affect your writing or your work?
I think I have, because of my upbringing and living in these different cultures, migration has taught me to value life and to value the place in which I'm living. When I live among the Arabs, I admired their poetry, I admired their language, their hospitality, and so today, when I left them, I came to the Netherlands, and looking at what is being said about the Arabs and things like that, I don't see it that way. So migration made it possible for me to look at the Arabs in a different way and to appreciate even Africa in a different way, because one of the advantages of migration is that you look at sometimes at your past from an objective point of view. Especially when you're a writer, you see it as a source of wealth, as a source of inspiration. I see that I'm always fascinated by with the African past, that I'm always trying to draw from that past. Most of my books are historical. Migration made that possible for me. But it also, of course, has its negative aspects. It has taught me to be very choicey when it comes to some of the aspects of that culture, to look at some and say, all right, this is good for me, I'll get rid of this and I'll pick this, That's what it does. And even when it comes to the Dutch culture, because I am a migrant, it has made me to be very aware that some aspect of the Dutch culture that I think doesn't really fit into my life, and I get rid of it. I said, no, this has nothing to do with my values.
Yeah.
And just I pick and choose, yes. And it has to do with all these different lives I've led. And it confuses me when some people talk about this anger and this hostility towards migrants. I mean, Europe, look at Australia. They're all Europeans there. New Zealand, they're all, how many Dutch are there? Look at South Africa. the 5 million or more white, or mostly Dutch people. And then to see that the descendants of those people who went and set up these terrible systems in these countries are now very hostile to our presence here in the West. I mean, it's mind-boggling. They should be telling us, come, welcome. Because we went and took over your countries and stole your resources. Welcome, take some of the things that we took from you, some of the riches, you own them. You own, you have the right to own these things. That's what I expect us to be saying.
And as somebody with such a, let me say, like a cosmopolitan view on the world, how do you look at the way media are talking about migrants and migration from the Dutch society to the European society?
Yeah, I think the media is, if not ignorant, they're very stupid or very biased. They are not. I mean, it surprises me that when they talk about migration, you don't see migrants talking about migration. It is the Dutch so-called African African experts who are called to talk about Africa, when in fact you have so many migrants who can tell you the ins and out of what is actually happening on the continent and the challenges migrants are facing. He said it is, you just see the same faces all the time talking about migration. It's horrible how Africa is still portrayed in the Dutch media. A country with such a past. I mean, look at Suriname, look at what happened in Indonesia. That I think we should be saying sorry and not trying to build up walls, going to West Africa, North Africa to build walls. My God! I mean, how many European Western goods are being shipped to Africa trying to destroy the African market? And there is no one talking about those things. It's talking about a few Africans who are risking their lives, taking boats that are risking their lives to come here. Do you know how many goods, the Dutch agriculture, it is about 87 billion. Can you imagine a small country like this, 87 billion, it's being exported, goods, to Africa, mostly to Africa. And those goods, when it comes to Africa, the price is very, very low, compared to an African who has worked on his farm for a whole year, to produce his goods, and he's trying to be honest and try to sell those products, against a Dutch product that is how much, for example, $1, and then you have the same product. You have an African product that's being sold for $5, you have a Dutch product that's being sold for $1. And the African consumer, with that whole fascination with Europe, we say, all right, I'm going for that European good, it's also cheaper, So there is this inequality, and this is where the anger comes from sometimes. And I understand when we're angry and we're trying to raise our lives to, taking these books so that we can have something better for our children. I understand where the anger is coming from. Because when you are being dealt with these realities, how many times African leaders have met with Europeans to try to have this fair trade? Let's stop talking about migration. Let's have fair trade. Let's have a system in place that makes it. Why would I want to leave home, Seada? I wouldn't want to leave home if I have all the things in place. People don't love to leave Africa at all. But because of the hardship, bad governance, and also the trade and the system that made that possible, the system we have to get rid of the system, and then we start talking about migration. We have to have some kind of fair trade in place. A friend of mine was saying, all right, if you don't want migration, then Africa would say, all right, don't buy our natural resources, our products, and let's see who depends on who,
Thank you. Again, we still have 5 minutes left. But I think it was worth listening to. Peter, You live and work in Zimbabwe, and under very harsh circumstances. You were recently arrested. Can you tell us a little bit about why and the work you do as a union leader?
Thank you. And now that I'm sitting closer to authors and writers, I think I must also get some tips on how to write our own stories. At times we don't write them, we don't talk about them much, and I'll definitely get tips. And I was thinking as you were talking about these issues, and I was saying, what should be the topic of my book? What should be the theme of it? Could it be possibly going to struggle? Could it be a search for freedom? I'm saying so because of the stories that my brother and sister have been talking about. And maybe before I come to the conditions that we are in, I will just have to also point out to these things that this stereotyping and generalization of migration and migration issues and people who are moving from one place to one place, I think is not pitched at the right level and at the right tone. First thing is we need to not talk about a recent phenomenon with ignoring the historical occurrences. There have been so many centuries of forced migration and slavery. If we are talking about migration now, I think we must talk about that. There have been so many centuries of forced subjugation, of colonialism. And if we want to pitch migration at the right pitch, we must talk about this. So, in short, our view as a trade union, I'm a trade union leader, the president of a federation in Zimbabwe. We have been doing a lot of struggle against injustices. So as we look at migration from a trade union perspective, we look at it as a broad theme. In Zimbabwe, the trade union movement has been fighting colonialism for a long time. We were very happy when we attained our independence in 1980, but we then soon discovered that we did not attain freedom. So we attained independence, but we failed to attain freedom. We failed to attain social justice. So currently we are operating within a very sad situation. We are under a dictatorship. We've been under a dictatorship of Robert Mugabe. We fought against it for a long time. We lost a lot of things. We had so much pain. We lost many lives. We lost many opportunities. The economy went down. We disposed him in 2017, and everyone had a hope that we're now moving towards attaining the freedom that we've been fighting for centuries, that we've been fighting for many decades after independence. Unfortunately, for asking for fair wages, you are put in prison. For asking for fair wages, you are brutalized by the police, by the military. For asking for the right to housing, right to water, right to shelter, right to clothing, you are seen as an enemy of state. And this is not just our own governance. We think the main real issue is the economic structures that we inherited from the colonial economic structures. We have multinationals in the country. If you fight for your right to organize in a multinational, they depend on the dictatorship. So we are in that environment where you cannot speak freely about your rights, you cannot organize freely, and you can also not challenge injustices in all its forms without being labeled an enemy of the state and without being in prison.
You mentioned, the Mugabe stepping down, and the cameras of the world were pointed at Zimbabwe. I was there too, actually. And now that things are going wrong, nobody's coming back. No cameras are coming back to record what's going wrong. Do you feel that one of the problems where things is because there's no documentation, because there's a media attention when you can see when things go wrong, and that it's not that the cameras only come at the height of a crisis or at the height of a celebration?
Yes, that is correct. Remember, in January we had a national general strike called by the trade union movement. The first thing that the government did before it started the brutalization was to shut down the internet, closing us out from the international community, from the world. That speaks volumes that the state knows that the biggest defense that we have is solidarity from brothers in other African countries, brothers in neighboring countries, and the global community. So yes, we believe that much of the media attention is also biased and self-centered. We have people following some of the activity for their own foreign policies and not worried about the people. So we always want to push this message in the international community that Zimbabwe is not about gold, diamond, platinum, and chrome that everyone is always focusing on and following. Zimbabwe is not about the agricultural land and the weather that we have, the good agricultural seasons that we have, that everyone is looking about. Zimbabwe is not only about investment opportunities. It's a country that has 14 million human beings, men and women with their own aspiration, men and women who are facing difficult circumstances, and we are hoping for a better life, better opportunities and prosperity. So we see a lot of times a focus on particular events, which is also at times informed by other interests. And we think that that must be addressed. We are in this struggle we've been in this struggle for a long time. We appreciate the solidarity that we've been getting from everywhere, trade union movements, civic society, and other governments, whether in Europe, Africa, and in other continents. But we are still not out of the woods. We have seen that we celebrated too early when the former president was removed from power. But we were focusing on an individual. We were focusing on the personality. But he was not just typifying the system. We've not broken down the system. We've not broken down the practices, and we are still in it. So we would appreciate if that attention and that solidarity, and not just the negative parts, but also the genuine engagement with our government, the genuine engagement with our people to try and find a solution that will work for all of us.
Thank you very much, Peter. We're really not doing any of you justice with this short, very short talk show, but I'm getting very strong signs that we have to end it because there will be workshops with you, and I think all of you are having workshops as well, so you can attend those. Thank you so much for your attention, and thank you, Lola, Vamba.
Thank you so much for watching our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.